Welcome back to Hey Kentucky. Now, Texas A&M game is tomorrow, and so far it's been good luck to have Austin MacGinnis here with us to preview the game. Austin, I'll start with this. Kentucky's 5-0. They've played well in every single game. What do you think has been the secret to their success so far?
Dominating the trenches, you know. They've been able to push people around, stop the run, and dominate time of possession. So if they can continue that trend, they'll continue to have success.
Now, they're going to A&M, which is a rowdy environment, but one Kentucky's never really played in. I mean, they haven't played a game there since 1953. When you've played in the biggest road environments, Florida, Tennessee, et cetera, what is the difference in terms of prep? Does it matter when these games are in these night rowdy places?
Well, I think the biggest thing is communication on the offensive side of the ball. They're going to be loud, and if you're trying to change the call at the line of scrimmage, you got to make sure everyone's on the same page. So them practicing with loud crowd noise and making sure everyone's got the call is going to be huge because we can't leave someone free. Now,
both teams sort of play the same way and succeed the same way. Both teams are good at running the ball. You've got Benny Snell for Kentucky. Texas A&M has the second leading rusher in the SEC with Travion Williams. And then on defense, Texas A&M is one of the 10 best teams in the country in rushing defense. Kentucky's like 25th. It's going to be a game, I think, when whoever can run the ball succeeds. Do you think Kentucky can do it?
I think Kentucky can go in there and get the job done. I like this team this year. They've picked up where other people have left off, and I think if they can stay focused and don't let adversity get to them. If something goes wrong, say A&M housed a kickoff last week, something bad like that happens, we got to be able to jump back to fundamentals and just play 4 quarters because it's a long game. We get Cash back in the second half.
Well, let's talk about Cash being gone. Now they're going to have to play Jordan Jones a little bit at middle linebacker. They're going to play Chris Oates and DeAndre Square some. Those are young guys, true freshmen. How much is the Cash missing the first half? How big an impact is that, or do they get through it?
I think missing Cash is huge because I talked about communicating on the offensive side of the ball, but for the defensive side, Cash has been just a stud in there, making sure everyone knows the calls and is on the same page. And we do have a bunch of experience in the secondary, so they've been doing good on making sure we got the right calls. But missing Cash is going to hurt.
And the middle linebacker, Cash, he's the one that makes those calls. Yeah,
exactly. To the secondary.
Let's say that from what we understand, Jordan Jones is going to do about half of them, and then they'll have probably Chris Oates come in at half of them. Can a true freshman make those calls?
Hey, I think anything can happen. Chris Oates has showed that he can play, and let's just hope he's putting in extra work this week in the film room, and I think Coach Stoops will have him ready. That's his specialty, is on the defensive side of the ball.
You mentioned the secondary. I think maybe the biggest improvement on this team has been the secondary. I mean, they have been rock solid the entire year, not allowing teams to throw. But these are the same guys. What's the difference?
Experience. I think it all comes down to experience. These are the same guys that have gotten burned on a few plays in past years or left someone uncovered. And I think they came back with the mindset, you know, we're going to do it right this year. And South Carolina opens up with the shot, and, you know, we got double team covered, and just
that was a big play in the game.
Big play, yeah.
Because you know, there was a couple plays later where a guy was open, dropped it, a guy tripped over.
Yes.
If they don't stop that play, I think it's big. Now let's talk about Terry Wilson. You know, he played well on the road against Florida, so I don't think the environment is going to bother him. I thought against South Carolina he was going to have to make some big plays. It didn't end up playing out like that. There's going to be a game though where he has to. Could this be the one?
I think this might be the one. We saw South Carolina slow down our run a little in the second half. Part of that's due to a little bit of vanilla play calling because we were such a big lead. But, you know, we're like 120th in passing offense. So I think eventually he's going to have to step up and prove that he can get the job done.
It's interesting, when he throws it, he does a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the one bad throw against Florida, but in general, his throws have been good. I think they're going to have to do it more. I got to ask you about the kicking game. We've talked about this before, but Miles Butler missed another kick against South Carolina. The bigger issue to me is that they're just not having him kick in these circumstances. Do you think it changes? Do you think they get chance poor on a long one? How's this going to play out? Because it hasn't bit us yet, but I feel like it might.
Yeah, especially coming into these tightly contested games. Eventually it is going to come down to a 3-point game where special teams is going to matter. As far as them playing chance, you know, they might give him a shot. It just depends on the feel of the game. If it's 4th and short, I say go for it because we got nothing to lose. We have like we're like 5th in the country in 4th down completion percentage. So until that changes, I would say continue to go for it. But if we need it late in the game.
If you had a 50-yard field goal, would you have Chance do it or do you have Miles do it?
I would probably put Chance in for a 50-yarder.
Austin, thank you very much. Did the Cats win?
Cats get it done.
I like it. They'd be 6-0. Austin will be as excited as we are.